What's up? Skakel in the house. Fuck yeah. Never forget. Never forget. This is old school IMAX stream. I don't watch the NBA, to be honest with you. Old school IMAX stream in the house. Hoping, hey now, Leo Gunn is in the stream so we can talk Dabbleverse. Fuck yeah. Welcome everyone to the Earlverse. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm 6'1" on a great day. You know, maybe I know landscape. So, we'll see how it goes. I want to see if the Perry bump helps me on landscape. And if it doesn't, we won't do it again. I kind of like this format. No, I'm not 6'4" or 6'5". I just seem bigger, to be honest with you. I seem taller, bigger, whatever you want to call it. So, I like this because I can read the stream easier. No, everyone does. So, I don't know. I'm about 6.5. But I'm big boned, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. So, shalom. I showed the Chandler doll for you, but there will be no more of that. I mean, I met him on the Bel Air Country Club putting green, and I was looking down on him. Earl, did you see Ray scolding, stuttering John and Chad about growing up and stop threatening each other? Imagine getting scolded by Ray DeVito. That's a fact, Jack. I think I saw that, but Connor O'Malley, are you a fan of him? Well, he had a comedy special. I don't really watch other comedy specials, to be honest with you. How do you get your comedy on the Sirius channels? I don't know. Someone told me they heard me once on there. I'm not sure about that. I think that, if you do a show at like the Ice House or a public show, they can pretty much do whatever they want. So I don't know, to be honest with you. Kip Smith gifted a $1. Ken Mosca in the house. Fuck yeah. Jeff Ross knows about that. Yeah, I bet he does. I don't know what Jeff knows about, but I certainly don't want to know what he knows. I mean, Earl, are you an aggressor on the rank? What was your play style? Well, I played last night. Man, it's wild to play with people from other countries. There were these Finnish kids. My God, they were amazing. This 22-year-old kid was like Gretzky, just like bonjour. I mean, in my early days, I was pretty rowdy. If you want to say what NHL player were you like in your early days of ball hockey, Tom Wilson. I mean, I was, what up, Kim Nicholson? We got some Dabbleverse people in here early. So Dabbleverse is on the table, babies. Dabbleverse is on the table. And now I'm kind of like a Matthew Kachuk. I might talk a little shit, but I'm a goal scorer now. Were you the enforcer? I probably was. I mean, there weren't necessarily fights in my league, but there were incidents. Let's just say that. And yes, Dabbleverse Talk is open. We've got many people from the Dabbleverse in here. Um, Leo Gunn sending 5. What am I, Melton, with all these gifted memberships? I love how the gifted memberships bust the people in here lurking. So I bet you are. I bet you are, TB. Um, Flyers are looking good. I mean, Tockett's problem though is he'll play like enforcers over like good players. Like when he was the coach in Phoenix, he would play Zach Ronaldo over like Anthony Duclair. So, um, it should be interesting. Um, my buddy Carl Grunstrom is on the Flyers now. He's a great player. Zegras does not seem like a Rick Tocchet style player, but yes, Milton is a fan of my dick pic. Well, BDE, just BDE, Big Dick Earl, or Big Dick Energy. No one has seen Kurt Perkins in a minute. Thank you to Tom Brennan. I think we are receiving the Brennan bump from the Perry Caravello stream. Usually, my IMAX streams, I don't do them a lot anymore because I don't know, they don't do well. But the great William Zoom told me that YouTube really pushes the vertical streams. So I think he's on to something. So I'm expecting, a bump from the PCL stream. But I really appreciate Tom Brennan's help. He's been very instrumental in giving me streaming tips. Yes, I was watching or listening to, oh shit, Perry Caravello and their viewers just joined. Say hello, everyone. Say hello to the Perry Caravello world. I've never seen a Perry stream. I think it takes a bit of an adjustment for you to understand the stream of Perry, but Tom is his fearless leader and guides him into being funny. Earl, you a fan of Windy City Heat? I love Windy City Heat. One of the all-time great cult movies. Yes, I'll take a PCL raid. I don't mind that at all. Now I usually have on my IMAX stream, I have maybe 15 people. So the fact that I have right now 207 people in here is pretty fucking amazing to me. I did not see Tom's new Tesla. And Tom's, I don't know if Tom's lady is public or not, but she was very cool as well. Why does Tony pass so many disabled comics on Kill Tony? Well, they're easier to make fun of. Look at Roast Battle. You stink. Ew, I hate that I'm here. Well, I appreciate the the kind words. I don't have a 1992 story. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I don't like talking about other people's ladies. 240 people in here is a lot for me. Like I said, on my old school IMAX streams, I'm lucky if I have maybe 10 people in here, maybe. So my favorite scene from Windy City Heat is when Charlton Heston delivers the pizza. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I can't spell your name tonight. All good. Earl, break out the letter. No, I'm retired from talking about her unless it's absolutely necessary. Um, so, hold on. I'm getting the text from someone in the Dabbleverse as we speak. Um, sorry, I'm getting texts from people in the Dabbleverse now. So, no, it's not Chad. Well, I don't know if I do a well prepared stream, but and by the way, to the Perry fans who aren't a fan, I get it for you to stay here. No one's forcing you to, but I would like to thank Tom and Perry once again, and Bob Levy for sending their fans over. Because I gotta be honest with you, sometimes I get discouraged when I stream and I see 10 people in the stream. Have you ever seen Piss Justice? It's a movie. No, I don't think I've ever seen that film. This is the Earl of Skakel baby doll. I remember the night Earl got monetized. I do. Well, I don't. I'm killing it because of Tom Brennan. To be honest with you, I let me see. Um, I'd like to thank the Quadfather because he helped me along with Tracy Carnazzo in getting monetized. YouTube don't make it easy, to be honest with you. Now it's easy, but like back then, I was like, okay, I've got the hours, I've got all the particular things in queue, but I don't think Gino Visconti wants to be in the Earl Skakel business. Earl, do you remember when you got banned from Levyverse after you said Windy City Heat and Perry wasn't funny? I never said Windy City Heat was not funny. That's not true at all. I now, in full disclosure, I said I wish Perry would do something else because it's like at the time I think I was like, it's like when a band plays the same music. Hey, I'd like to see them do I don't know, a different type of album just to see what that's like. Um, so Earl is a Kennedy, but I never said Windy City Heat was not funny. I've never ever said that, and I don't think I was banned from the Levyverse ever. To my knowledge, I wasn't. You think Chicken Man Tom Brennan is Dave Attell in disguise? I got to be honest with you. I think Tom Brennan is related to Kevin Brennan. They look alike to me. Um, I don't. Well, I never was told I was banned from there, to be honest with you. So, who was the comic who said Chandler looks? That was Mark Maron. Um, um, so I suspect Mr. Rapey Ray may be a tell. I don't know who. I mean, I know I've heard the name Mr. Rapey Ray, but Toothless Tiger bans you, dude. Okay, well I don't know who that is. So if I'm being banned by people I don't know, I'm okay with that. But I mean, if you look at the eyes, Tom and Kevin's eyes, to me, have the same. I don't know. I don't know the same facial structure, maybe a little bit. Uh, well, that is a compliment from Aaron. Getting some juicy gossip from the Dabbleverse. Even though I'm not in the Dabbleverse, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot divulge who I'm talking to right now. I mean, aren't there like 10 Brennans? Rogan's Spotify deal broke Marin. I mean, I do know the Dabbleverse, and I don't really talk about it a lot, but I do. Um, I'm fascinated by it. I watch. I can't say I watch all the shows, but I keep up on it daily. No, I think Marin is kind of I don't know if I'd say he's jealous of Rogan because I think Maron considers himself a much better comic than Joe. Um, and I think he's probably bitter that he didn't get that, $100 million deal. Like, who wouldn't be? So is Ashley Cummings getting better? I don't know. I've never really spoken to her. I've never spoken to her, to be honest with you. Um, so, um, oh yes, we've got a demolition van in the house. Oh, yeah, I mean, I talk to O'Neill much more than I do Danish, but me and Danish are cool. We get our hair cut by the same person, but I don't wanna dox him. He doesn't live in LA anymore, so I don't talk to him quite as much, but every now and then Kip Smith, I know, it's out of privacy. I value this person's privacy. Loose lips sink ships. The way you move, you don't miss. Um, well, I mean, I was just answering someone's question. Um, I mean, I don't, uh, she's just another one of the 15 minutes of fame type of people in the Dabbleverse. Um, so, uh, well, that might be true, Mr. Jones. That might be true. I never thought I'd say that before. I mean, you guys, now I'm new to the PCL people in here, so sorry if I don't know who to avoid. Um, I try and run a friendly stream in here, a nice fan friendly stream. I don't like the drama in here. Well, I was supposed to go. I think that Darkness played the Wiltern tonight, but I was too tired. I took yoga today, and I was gonna just take a quick nap and go see the Darkness by myself. But I just I've seen the Darkness before, and they don't play my favorite songs anyway. I was supposed to go on MLC, full disclosure, tomorrow, and with Jim Florentine, and I guess Jim has something to do, and so I don't like. I didn't. So then yesterday I was asked to go on with Clearwater Chad, and I can't go on with the fucking Whack Packers. I can't. I'd rather not go on. So I think that. What up, John Ryan? Um, so well, I don't. I think me and Jim are in the same boat in terms of we don't have anything to add to it. So I will definitely go on MLC with Florentine, and you know I love Bichetti, but I don't. Bichetti, Clearwater Chad. I mean, then I'm just looped in with that. And um, what up, Buddhist priest? Sorry, man. I was so tired all day. It was. I love Bichetti. I would go on with Bichetti. But I don't like how people like bully Bichetti. I'm not a fan. So I don't like people bullying. And of course, trolls are bullies, but they would never say the shit to your face. So, well, Mike is not a baby. He's just he's Bichetti, and I think they'd put you in with yeah. I don't like being put in with the whack pack. Um, so Don Jameson does a killer Bichetti impression. Uh, oh yeah. I mean yeah, he is innocent like a baby. Brian Landon, 5 memberships. So you know what that means. Uh, Teddy, $1.99. Thank you very much, Teddy. What do you think about Chad scamming people out of money? Um, I'm assuming, yeah, Mike is so nice, and I don't listen. I don't mean to be. I'm not making fun of Mike. I don't really know him. I mean, we've done MLC a few times together. I don't know if he completely understands when people are making fun of him. So I don't like that shit. Bully me to my face and see. I think you would. Um, in terms of Chad talking about the death pool thing, um, I mean, Chad has his version of the story. I think it was a doodle. See, I do listen. Um, Doodle doesn't really seem to care if they get paid or not, but and then was there something else he did? I'm only aware of the death pool thing. I mean, the death pool thing. I mean, if it were me personally, I would have just given all the money back. What was it, like $200 or something? And then easy peasy. You don't make any money, but you don't lose any money, and you probably save a bit of your reputation. But you'd have to ask Chad on that. Um, the death pool, yeah. I mean, I personally, unless because there's really no way to figure out who was the first person to pick Ski Mask. Um, I'm sure Ski Mask was a number one pick. Uh, so it's one of those things where um, unless you have documented emails or DMs from people saying, "Hey, these are my people." Um, so, oh, I don't think so, Brian. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I know when people are making fun of me. Someone trolls my parents dying 2 months apart or whatever. I get it right away. I don't think sometimes Bichetti knows. Oh, they're making fun of me. It's like when a perfect example yesterday. And I'm a Bichetti fan, for the record. When Chad was saying, I mean, it was quite clear Chad was doing um, a fake Joe Rogan background. And I don't think Bichetti realized that. That's what I mean. Um, I love Mike. If anyone bullied him in front of me, we'd have a problem. Um, so, dude, this morbid. Sorry for bringing that up. A kid died. I don't know what you're talking about. Uh, no. Yeah, I mean, Mike is awesome. Like, I mean, who wouldn't love Bichetti? I mean, he's a sweetheart. I just think that, he is. I forget who said it just now. So I've never had this many people in here. So I'm a little perplexed, if that's even a word. But, um, I just think that Mike sometimes, he's like a kid. Kids sometimes don't realize they're getting bullied or made fun of. I mean, I was bullied as a kid. Now, ironically enough, I was bullied because of my size. I've literally been the same size since the fourth grade. Maybe not quite as muscular as I am now. Not that I'm like a bodybuilder, but the numbers are doing well. For me, these are great numbers. I mean, I'm very happy. And, to be honest with you, I like to give credit. It's the Brennan Perry bump. Well, I can't do that on a my iMac kip. Dollar Kip Smith, $1.99 upstairs tour for the PCL people. I'll tell you what, the next time I do it on the phone, I'll give a full house tour. I can get you up to speed, Jeff Daba. I'm an unknown stand-up comic in Los Angeles. I was on the television show Roast Battle. I'm Dying Up Here, Real Rob on Netflix, and I was the father on Tyler the Creator's show, The Jellies, the only white guy on the show. So that's about it, I guess. You're all caught up. EA Sports. It's in the game. Yes, raised in Bel Air, educated in the Valley at Notre Dame. I got the money, honey. Man-sized hog in the fourth grade. Holy smokes. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember having, like, a huge dick in the 4th grade. The Chicken Man Brennan bump, Chicken Man's been MIA lately. Earl, I'm singing karaoke for you. What 80s metal song should I do? Already did Round and Round. Living After Midnight. I took the city round at 1 a.m. I was loaded. Come on! Earl's a good dude that has been around a long time. I mean, that's a very accurate description. I'm a soldier, Brian. So I wouldn't say I ruled the West Coast, but oh, no problem. See, I don't have any. I'm an LA comic. I don't do the road a lot because I don't have to, because I do a lot of voiceover work and whatnot. Um, no, I did not grow up in the Valley of Men. The OG Perrine peeps. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. You're in love. You take the midnight subway train. You're calling all the shots. Um, okay. Shall I sing it for Earl? No, we don't do karaoke in here. Yes, I'm a straight. I'm a heterosexual stand-up comic. I've had more failed relationships than an NBA locker room, and you know, here I am. Here we are together. Have you ever done video game voiceovers? I've done a few pilots for video games that were in development, but as of now, they have not aired. I be the gambler, baby. Lay down the bets. We get together, mama, and you'll sweat. Oh no, tears are falling. I read your mind like an open book. I was at the wedding with Bruce Kulick, guitar player from that album. Earl doesn't deal with psychos; he puts them away. That's a fact, Jack. The Piazzas are not too bad, actually. I know Big Black. We've got Howard Stern celebrity in the house. Big Black. Arby's. We've got the meats. Earl, be careful around that Tom B guy. No, I mean I got no problem with Tom. You know, we're good, man. Um, so used to see OJ at the club. I saw OJ at the Daisy, which is where he met Nicole. I used to go to the Daisy. I think it's on Rodeo Drive, and for dance lessons. Roy Cohn Esquire, 499. I've done a few pilots. I bet you have. Pew! Look, it's a Kiss show. I'm just kidding, guys. So it's great to have people in here, man. I ain't gonna lie. My power bill's paid, baby. I'm not a dollar in debt. I got one credit card. You want the? I'll show you the number. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I used to play my high school golf matches at Lakeside. Now, I wasn't very good at high school golf, but I think the coach had me on the team because, frankly, my dad was a member of Bel Air Country Club and he wanted to play. But I guess the CIA had a rule where everyone had to play in at least one match. So I played a match. I forget the school we were playing, and I broke my putter on the first hole. And you'd only play 9 holes at Lakeside. And so holes 2 to 9, I had to putt with my driver. That ain't easy, brother. Dude, the place Juice met Nicole waitressing. I know, the Daisy. Call him Mr. Underhill. Yes, Fletch, baby. By the way, Big Black Guy was driving on Santa Monica Boulevard, and I saw Melrose Larry Green, and he recognized me and just kept going, Baba Booey, Baba Booey. And the people around him like, what the fuck? That thumbnail is of the 80s band Rat. And, they're my favorite band. So I mean, I'm cool. Well, I mean, in the middle, that's me, but it's just my face Photoshop over the singer of the Rat band, Stephen Pearcy. I got down to an 11 handicap. My best round was 77. That's very good. I mean, I think in my heyday of golf, I was probably a 15. I hit a real nice peak. And then, I mean, Bel Air was such an amazing club to play. Rat does have a lot of great songs. I mean, they're not like a one-hit wonder where they unfairly. You did do that thumbnail, Kip Smith. Absolutely. I mean, Bel Air is a very tough course for like golfers like you and me, TB. From the men's tees, it's not an easy course, but for a pro, I mean, I would say a pro would be disappointed if he played from the pro tees and didn't shoot 65 or under. So it's not really, um, but for me, I was happy if I shot at Bel Air an 85, something in that 85 to 90, something in that range. Um, Let me see here. Warren DeMartini is a great guitar player. I once saw him uh, play a Zappa tribute show at, I think it was the Saban Theater. Tall Wilkenfeld, the bass player, was there. So people like Tall were there. So it was, Zappa's music is very complex. And DeMartini was, I thought, the best one. I mean, he's good. I mean, he and Rat don't get a lot of credit for being good musicians because in most of their videos they look like gay pirates. But you know, yeah, I mean, I can only imagine if you're Zappa's bassist. Didn't his band become missing persons essentially? Uh, R.I.P. Well, I don't know who that is, but always sad when someone does. Teddy, 499. Question: why do comedians get so mad when people tape their sets? It's like the ultimate sin. That's a good Ozzy album or something. But band sports, what have you don't care? Well, here's the problem, and I don't like. Uh, I mean, I saw Chad's set that. Well, I don't know if Doom taped it, but like someone sent it to Doom. Um, I mean, I don't think a comedian, whether you like Chad or not, whether you like me or not, no matter, I don't think you should tape a comedian without them. I'd be pissed because you might say something wacky that you're working on. Um, like I have, I miss Robin Crosby. I mean, I became very good friends with Tawny Katane, and I miss Tawny a lot. Like she was fucking awesome. And when she left my house, when she did Inappropriate Earl, like, I can't show it to you, but like right here was a framed picture of Robin Crosby, and she started crying, and I gave it to her. If you look up on my Instagram, and it's probably years ago it was posted, there's a picture of me and Tawny holding the picture of Robin Crosby. Um, I think Dave Navarro, someone said he went to Notre Dame High, but I didn't know him. I'm starting my channel relaunch this week, so I want to get you set up with the Discord before I go focus on that Earl Skakel, so the community can feed you and your growth. I'll take it, bro. Let's talk tomorrow. I know I always say that, but after about 3 o'clock, I'll be free. I don't want to bore you guys with what I have to do tomorrow, but I have to get my teeth cleaned in Brentwood, and that always takes me a while because traffic in the daytime is wackadoony do. So about let's say around 4ish. Earl, I don't know. My college friend was Jewish. Hey, and he was being cheap. I asked him, "What are you Jewish or something?" Turns out, yes, he was. He was slightly offended. I did that once too. I was playing hockey. Oh, that's cool, Buddhist. Uh, I was playing hockey, and we weren't playing a very good game. So I team around. I wasn't like the team leader, but I kind of was. And I said, "Come on, guys, we're playing like a bunch of piazzas." And I didn't say piazza. I said F-A And I didn't know the captain of the team was gay. Um, you can always, yeah. I mean, people, I'm Jewish, but I was raised Catholic, so a lot of people said that to me. Oh, Skakel, what are you being a Jew or something? I'm like, well, yeah, I am technically. Earl, who do you think Ron Goldman went to Nicole's? Oh, why do I think Ron Goldman went to Nicole's house? He's probably gonna fuck her. That's a little above and beyond the typical waiter service. Um, yeah, but I don't say that word on stream. I mean, every now and then I'll say it on stage because I think it's a funny word. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I have a joke that an Emmy-nominated writer gave me, and I think SC knows who she is. And she gave me a joke and said, "Hey, I want you to do this joke." I'm like, "Well, why don't you do it?" She's like, "Well, I write on major television shows. You don't." And basically, the joke, without saying that word, I'm going to say bag instead of the word I should say. Like, hey, we all remember Michael Jackson, right? I'll usually clap. I mean, it's one thing to be a pedophile, but a bag too? It's never not worked, except at the Laugh Factory. It didn't go over as well as I wanted it to. So I think what happened that night with OJ SC is that OJ was stalking her. He probably followed her to the restaurant, Mezzaluna, and then he. Well, I think that was a setup, to be honest with you. I think Nicole left him there on purpose. It was great cover. I'm going to guess they probably were already fucking, and she didn't want anyone to know, and So I think what happened was, Nicole's over there. She's taking a shower. She puts on a negligee. I mean, she was murdered in a negligee, lingerie, and she was lighting the candles. And when a girl's lighting candles, someone's getting fucked. And I think OJ knocked on the door to confront her. And then Ron Goldman, in the ultimate case of bad luck, comes up. OJ just thought, this is the guy, not tonight or any other night. So, no, Tom Cassidy did not write the joke. I would love to have Tom Cassidy write me jokes. His roast on the Brennan roast was awesome. I thought he did better than Patty Rossborough, who did well. And I think I told Kevin that there should be a Chad roast at the stand. You have a few of the same people. I'd fly out for it. You have Melton fly out for it. And I guarantee you at the end of the night, everyone would get along. Yeah, I mean, obviously no one's ever going to know. But I just believe OJ was pissed. And they kind of, from what the, I don't think Cato's smart enough to aid in the bet. I mean, if anything, I think it was Al Callen's. Well, it's like girls who go from me to whoever. How's that work out? Not really, brother. Um, I just think that they spurned him at um, the dinner. He wasn't invited to the dinner, and what was it before the dinner? A graduation. One of the kids graduated, and OJ was kind of blown off at that. And OJ had a simmering temper, man, and I think OJ did it. I mean, I would have asked him because I've done comedy shows with Cato. He's actually a pretty nice guy. He just got caught up in a situation. We talked about Bichetti earlier, not, or I did anyway, saying I don't think sometimes he knows that sometimes he's the joke and people were laughing at him and not with him. I think Cato was in the same boat. Like Cato had no clue. Cato just walked into the biggest trial that there'll ever be ever in the history of court cases. And here's Cato, the surfer guy, party dude, like Turtle from North Shore, and he had no idea that people were making fun of him. He thought he was well liked. No, Um, as I like to say, from Skakel to Stansel. Yikes! How'd her? She can't even get on lineups anymore. Um, well, I think if OJ offered to let you live in his pool house pre-murder, yeah, fuck yeah, I'd do it. But I had an apartment already. I mean, I was good. Like, um, I think Kato was probably just an ass kisser OJ liked having around. And Kato probably got the side pussy too. He probably got the girls. Well, I can't fuck OJ. I guess I'll fuck this surfer guy. Um, well, Callan, he's an awful person. So, um, I mean, I liked what was it, 94? I loved where I was living in 94. I was living in a 21-story high-rise building. It was probably the best living situation I've ever had outside of my home. And my neighbor was Fay Ray from King Kong, and I loved it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I can't watch anything Brian Callen's on. He's a fucking pig. And when you're going on Rogan and your numbers are still low, that ain't a good sign. It's over, Johnny. I mean, no one moves. No, it wasn't Sterling Towers. It was Century Park East and Olympic. I don't think they had a name, to be honest with you. And I lived in both buildings. The first time I was on the 19th floor, unit 1903. I think Faye was number 1902. And then the earthquake hit, and I couldn't sleep at night because our building was on rollers. So I guess when your building was built before 74, it's more, you don't have that, like you have a foundation, but it's not like the typical foundation that a newer building would have, like say if one was built today, it's on rollers. So your building goes like this. And every time there was an aftershock, you'd hear the building go like this, or you'd feel it. Fuck that. So then I moved to the building next door, same setup, 21 on the first floor. And that is kind of stupid when I think about it, because then the building was going to fall on top of me. But it was a great complex. I've often thought of moving back in it because you could, you never miss a package. They have full-time security. No one's going to break into your garage because it's not, uh, the poors don't have access to um, the garage or any other part of the building. So, and it was a great, no, I'm not going to visit Sealtoe in prison. Um, Charles Bronson. I have a good Charles Bronson story. One time, me and my brothers were setting off bottle rockets on the second hole of Bel Air Country Club. Or not bottle rockets, just rockets, model rockets. And one landed in this pool. So I went to climb over the fence to get it. And all of a sudden, Charles Bronson, and I'm assuming it was three of his sons, came out with pool sticks. And I'm like, I think I called him Mr. Kersey. I'm like, I'm just trying to get my bottle rockets, sir. And then he's like, here it is, but don't ever come back here again. I'm like, you got it. Just for the record, you might see me back here looking for a golf ball because my dad's a member and he didn't really have anything to say about that. But I'll never forget that visual. It was like a scene out of the Warriors. They must have been playing pool or something inside. And then I get it. They saw some white dude climbing over their fence. I'd hate to see what they would have done if it was a Newport. Hey, but Charles Bronson used to live on the directly off the second hole at Bel Air Country Club. We move 5 meters spread, no sound. Just cabinet minutes always traveled on the wrong side of the water. Um, that was my Charles Bronson story. But the Century Park Eastern Olympic building, TB is local. That's why we talk local California landmarks. Who else was in that building? Fay Ray, Bruce McNall, the owner of the Kings when he lost all his money, Byron Allen's mom. Urkel lived there. Urkel got more pussy than anyone I've ever seen. He had like 4 different cars. He was in an elevator with me once, and he was a hot girl with him. I mean, model hot. And I'm like, "Hey, Urkel, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jaleel." He's like, "That's all right. I get it a lot." And let me see. I think it was 5 meter spread, Von Twix. Believe me, I've seen Predator about 7,000 times. Um, so yeah, this was 2160 and 2170 Century Park East. But I will say, Jaleel White, very cool guy. I saw him once at Rumble Boxing about 2 years ago, and I said, "Hey, man," he's like, "Century Park East and Olympic." I'm like, "You got it, baby," and then I just walked away. Yeah, 5 meter spread, no sound. I mean, let's just say Urkel probably has been laid more than all of us put together, self included, and I've been laid a fair amount. Nice guy. I mean, why wouldn't he be nice? Has 4 different cars, and this is back in the '90s. I'm sure he has more now. They make tons of money. He's set for life with residuals. Um, good looking kid. Like he's kind of grew up to be like a little more manlier looking than what we remember him Urkel. Um, so I mean, you get those shows that get over 100 episodes, and that means state cable stations will pick it up for syndication. You're set for life. I mean, why don't you think Michael Richards doesn't really fucking care if he gets work or not? Now, Seinfeld's the ultimate example of syndication money, but what's your biggest residual check? Probably like $500 or $600, to be honest with you. I mean, the Jellies was on a lot, and since I was the lead, you get paid more the more you have to do with the show. So like like if you're just a guest star in that episode, you get maybe $20. But if you were the lead of the show, which I was, you get a lot more. Yeah, I mean, so look at Miami Vice. I mean, Miami Vice, I would say each season was probably about 25 episodes. So 75. So, 125, 130 episodes total. Seinfeld was probably more. Pretty impressive. And now it doesn't pay like it used to be. And it also depends on the deal you sign. Like you think the Brady Bunch kids and Gilligan's Island would be fucking loaded, but they only had a deal. I think they only got paid for the first 5 episodes run in syndication, and then I think Sherwood Schwartz got it all, baby. Woof. So who gets the residuals from Roast Battle? Not me. I can tell you who don't get them. Now, the scam with Roast Battle was it was a competition reality show, so you don't get residuals on that. I mean, you think about it, Roast Battle at one point was on Comedy Central. I think it was on Paramount Plus, and someone said Peacock. Now, I don't know if the Peacock part is true, but YouTube, all the videos. I know my battles from season 1 did very well. I'd never made a penny, not a fucking penny, off a show that I helped create. So when a lot of people ask me, Earl, you got to let it go. Don't be so bitter. You were on a very good TV show. Like you should be happy. Most people don't get that. That's not how my mind operates. It's like I helped create this fucking shit show. It's now in multiple countries. Who knows how many fucking knockoff shows that it has, and I didn't get paid a penny after the show. So I hope none of you guys ever get ripped off, but I almost, in a way, hope you do, so you can fucking like go, okay, now I see how Earl feels. Um, I know I didn't. Hold on, my phone's about to die, and I'm getting the Wi-Fi off my phone. Oh, please talk amongst yourselves, kids, for 2 seconds. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna have a little bum energy drink to get the party started. I know. I mean, I do like the PCL realm. I mean, listen, I usually have literally 10 to 15 people on my IMAX streams. So I very much appreciate the PCL crowd coming in here. And, well, I don't want people getting ripped off, but like, it's like with my situation with Roast Battle, and the people who tell me let it go. It's like, we've all been cheated on. No, I've been cheated on and I've cheated. So I know how it goes both ways. And every time I got cheated on, Perry Caravello Live, they did what is called a raid. So when their stream ended, they sent all their people over here. So every time I got cheated on, you hear the same shit. Earl, don't worry about it. There's more fish in the sea. She didn't deserve you. You deserve better than her anyway. Blah blah blah. Right? Sounds like good advice. But then when that person gets cheated on, I'll say the same thing to them. Hey man, you don't deserve that. Be treated like that by that girl. She's a fucking bitch. And then they'll be like, fuck her. It's well, what happened when I got cheated on? You said it's all good. So that's the same way when I talk about getting fucked over on Roast Battle. Have you ever talked to a lawyer about suing Roast Battle? No, I mean, they got me the balls. They got me by the balls. I mean, I probably could have sued at the time, because for something completely different. I mean, Roast Battle was really an illegally run television show. I could have sued the network. I could have sued Jeff. I could have sued his manager. I mean, they were the executive producers. Because when it's a cash prize show, which my season of Roast Battle was, so it's a reality show, but it's a competition. So it's supposed to be above board. There's supposed to be what they call no conflicts of interest. And the conflicts of interest, I did not bring up Don Barris to Perry. But the conflicts of interest on Roast Battle were insane. Like the first guy I battled on television, Jesse Joyce, great comic, great roaster. So my problem is not with Jesse, but he should not have been on the show. He was an employee of Comedy Central. So who do you think Comedy Central is going to be rooting for in our battle? And then, there was the brackets were very unfair. The brackets were tilted towards certain people. There was one contestant whose manager was managing them and judges. So what happens when that battler is in a close battle and the two judges are also managed by their manager? That's literally illegal. So, and then, I saw Jeff, he rigged Hinchlif's battle on live television. Now, what I mean by that is Tony was battling Mark Norman in the first round. And there's one rule of Roast Battle. It's literally the only rule. I'll put it this way. If me and the Chicken Man says, fuck it, I want to battle Earl, fuck this guy, I'm going to unmask and battle Earl on television. So if me and the Chicken Man are ever battling, let's say I go first. I want to start because I'm the king. And then the battle is so good it goes into overtime. The one rule is, because I went first, in overtime, the Chicken Man goes first. So that's what happened with Tony and Mark. Mark Norman went first. The battle was very good. So right before overtime starts, and even Tony was getting ready to go first. He knew the rule. Jeff goes, hey, Mark, I think you should go first. Because Tony wrote jokes for Jeff. So that should not have happened. And there's many other things. I don't want to bore you guys with Roast Battle talk, but so that's why I'm like a little aggressive still. It was just unnecessary what was done to me. We all could have got the money. We all could have gotten the pussy or whatever you want. But Jesse Joyce, the biggest alum of the Ray DeVito Roast Battle School, 100%. I mean, Jesse Joyce, Ray DeVito's, I love Jesse Joyce for the record. But, he was an employee of the network. and several people on my season of Roast Battle wrote jokes for Jeff. So who do you think Jeff is going to vote for in a close battle? Come on. So, but TB, how many people said, "Oh, you don't need her. She's a bitch," and then they got cheated on eventually. And fuck that cunt. Well, I thought that's not the advice you gave me. I would definitely bring up Dante and Lifshitz in our battle. But where when I learned all this was that what was that movie Quiz Show, which is when some of the contestants knew the answers. It's the same thing. So when my ex fiance, she was the head writer on that Rob Riggle show, Holy Moly. So I go there, one night to see the filming. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's an enormous stage. And I said, "Hey, why don't you get me on the show? I'm a really good golfer. And putting was my thing." And she's like, "I can't." I'm like, "Why not?" It's like, "Because you'd probably win it. And then the other contestants could be like, well, his fiance's a writer on the show. It's rigged." And they'd probably be right. Now, it wouldn't have been rigged because I was actually a good golfer, especially putting. I mean, look at these glasses. I can see individual blades of grass. That's a fact, Jack, sucker. But, um, because the first thing they did when they would film is they would gather all the contestants. And I saw it with my own eyes. And they would be like, "Okay, does anyone have any family members who work on this show? Do you have a spouse who has family members who work on this show? Because if you do, you can't be on the show." So, what are you gonna do? Well, I mean, I think it was an illegal. I mean, I could have sued, possibly, if I had a pit bull lawyer and say, "Hey, man," because I mean, if you look at some of the brackets, I mean, one person was given a bracket of 3 people who had never roasted before. So clearly they wanted that person to do well, and they did. You look at my bracket, I had Tom Ballard, who beat Tony in the previous season, and Jimmy Carr. And most people think Tom Ballard beat Jimmy Carr. So I'm going up against the 2 champions in my bracket. In my bracket. How fucking fair is that? So, but what are you going to do? It's just the way Hollywood works. But my whole point of this diatribe is that's not how it has to be. We can all, to coin a Roman Reigns phrase, we can all have our seat at the table. By the way, hit the like button. I mean, I'm very happy that there's 153 people in here, but come on, babies. Only 38 likes? Shit. I mean, I would say it was a hostile work environment. Here's a story I don't think I've ever told. So when I beat Jimmy Carr, I was like the talk of the festival because everyone came to see Roast Battle. It was just the fucking show to go see. It was the last show every night. And so everyone would do their show and come watch Roast Battle. So I beat Jimmy Carr. I go up in the green room, and Judd Apatow starts talking to me and a bunch of Comedy Central executives. Jim Norton was there, although he wasn't in this particular circuit or story that I'm telling. And so the first night, actually, it was the night I beat Tom Ballard. It was not the night I beat Jimmy Carr. So the first night I beat Tom Ballard, and most people thought Tom was going to kill me because of how he beat Tony. He's just a brilliant roast comic, a brilliant comic. Check him out, Tom Ballard, Australia. And so I'm up there in the green room after the show, and a bunch of Comedy Central executives are talking to me. Hey, basically saying, "Who are you?" And now what happened at the end of the episode was I think they needed to stall for time. So Jeff is going around asking us questions. We had all 10 contestants on the stage, and he's going to every contestant. I was the last guy he goes to. And he goes, "Hey, Earl, what do you think of my outfit?" Now, Jeff had on this really tight shirt, tight pants, and like a fedora. And I said, "Well, to be honest with you, your outfit's kind of gay, but that hat makes you look like a..." And that might be the most genuine applause break I'll ever get in the history of my life. So I'm sitting there after the show talking to all these Comedy Central execs. For the first time in my career, 15 years into stand-up, I'm in front of executives who could help me. I mean, it was awesome. And Jeff walks by me and says, and he knew what was going on. Hey, next time I throw you a line, try and think of something funny. In front of all these executives, like such a dick move. Excuse me. What am I, Perry? And he leaves, and then they all looked at me and go, "Well, we thought it was funny," and one of them was gay. Like so, stuff like that. It was not a fun show for me to work on, but what are you going to do? Now let's see who was texting me just now. Let's see here. So, that's why I get a little bitter when I talk about it. Because I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. If you think about it, that should have been the greatest week, night, whatever of my life. I mean, to go from never being on TV as a comic to being on Comedy Central, I think 5 nights and 6 days. And to be honest with you, I wish I never did it. It just was I was treated so poorly. And here's another thing that I don't think I've ever told anyone. So, the first night I get to Montreal, I walk into my hotel room, and there was a roast battle hoodie, roast battle shorts, a big chocolate fucking charcuterie board. Hey, Earl, thank you for helping us with the show get to this level. We love you. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, that's a nice touch. And then I get an email very late at night from an executive saying, "Oh, by the way, hey, good luck tomorrow. But if you lose, your flight leaves the next day at 8 in the morning." So I was told that if I lost, I couldn't hang out at the festival. Now, Montreal Just for Laughs Comedy Festival is like the Super Bowl for stand-up comics. It's just, it's like Comic Con. Every big comic in the world is there. It's a fantastic networking opportunity. And so I beat Tom, but I thought, you know what? I want to see if the people who lost get sent home the same way I was being told I was going to get sent home. So sure enough, Christian Okoye, sure enough, everyone who lost got to stay. And they weren't on any other shows. You could say, well, Tony was on, a gala, so he had another gig. Everyone who lost on Roast Battle got to stay for the whole festival. But I'm being told if I lose tomorrow to Jimmy Carr, I go home. Why me? Why is everything fucking on me? You can see I'm still upset. So, yeah, there we go. We'll go a few more minutes, guys. I don't grift you guys. Thank you guys for coming in from Perry's stream, a raid. Well, it was just disappointing because, I was just so fucking happy to finally get on TV, and like, it should have been the greatest experience of my life, and there were some cool things that happened. Like, I remember when I walked out on stage for my second battle on television, but first battle in Montreal, it was awesome. Like, because the year before, that same room was just an abandoned nightclub. So it was just a bunch of chairs. And if you watch Roast Battle season 1, Comedy Central turned it into a fucking octagon. It was awesome. I felt like a pro wrestler, and I walk out there and a big round of applause for me. And I looked to my left, stage left, and there was a guy wearing a Skakel Army shirt. And I almost forgot my first joke because I was just like staring at him. So there were some cool things like that. And then when I beat Jimmy Carr, we all went to the Comedy Central outdoor party, and like people were coming up to me, "Hey, you're the guy who beat Jimmy." And like it was just so it wasn't all bad, but bad enough where I wish I never did the show. So, um, but that's Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood. Welcome to the jungle, as Axl Rose would say. But yeah, so I appreciate the old school stream in here. Someone just said that. Let's see if I can find out. Craig W. Yeah, I mean, I know the phone stream are a little weird because if you're watching it on your TV, but William Zoom, the great William Zoom, said YouTube really pushes the vertical stream. So um, I wanted to do an IMAX stream tonight just to see if the Perry bump would still um, hold, and it did. Because frankly, if the PCL raid didn't happen, I'd probably have like 14 people in here. For whatever reason, at least with my stream, um, the IMAX streams do not do well, which is too bad because I have a 4K camera and a nice microphone and all that. So thank you guys. We'll go another 15 minutes. So we will go to the 1 hour and 20-minute mark. And then we will all go to sleep. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. And a lot of people are like, I loved, who was the announcer on Supercross? And here comes Hurricane Hannah. That guy really sold it. He was like the T-Birds announcer in roller derby. Yeah, I mean, I've got some wild stories that, I just give you guys a little taste and then hopefully you come back. I never went to Supercross, but I watched it on TV. Let me see. The Sting AEW. Let's see. That is Scorpio Sky right there. And then Brody King. And then we got RoboCop, Gene Simmons, another RoboCop, and a Jean Bellevue. Oh yeah, I mean Larry Huffman. Yeah, I think that was it. It was just like he really sold the sport. Same thing with the T-Birds guy. He really made it seem like, I never really realized roller derby was rigged like pro wrestling. Like even as a kid, it was weird to me that, hey, how come the T-Birds always win in the last second? But I was a mark. So I have met Orange Cassidy. I met him at the Comedy Store one night. I was in the parking lot. He was in the parking lot. He came up to me, and I didn't know if he shook hands like regularly or if he did that. So I went like that, because that's how he does it. And he shook my hand like that. So yes. Let me know, Andy. For those of you, especially from the PCL stream, what I do is anyone who's in the stream, if you want to come see me at the Comedy Store, if you're visiting LA, I take care of it. You just let me know on Instagram, and I'll make sure you have a good time. I'll give you a tour of the club, and I can't give you free drinks because that's out of my hands, but I'll make sure you're well taken care of. I mean, no, I don't think so. In terms of documenting my driving, because I don't want to have what happened to Felicia happen to me, but I did a driving stream last night for my hockey game. It probably wasn't the most interesting to people, but I know that's a story I don't think I've ever told before, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, the store parking lot is, I think if you're a celebrity, and I think that night there was a wrestling show in the belly room. I think Miro showed up, Big Bill. I mean, Big Bill. I took Big Bill to an open mic once in my Jeep, And he's legit 7 feet, 350 pounds. Let me turn the light on. I don't know. Rick Rude. That is a Rick Rude action figure. You got a Brother Love, Roddy Piper, Ultimate Warrior, and we got a few back here. We've got Abdullah the Butcher. We've got a hand signed by Mark Henry, courtesy of Jordan the Lion. Thank you very much. It says, to Earl, I am not the father. And of course, one of the great storylines that went nowhere in AEW, the Devil. Earl is the best. Well, I don't know if I'm the best, but what up, Snuffles? I mean, I vouch. I'm trying to think. So the funniest part of the Big Bill story was, so we go to this open mic in a really rough part of town because Big Bill had killed at Potluck at the Comedy Store. Like, he's really funny. And he had the itch. He's like, let's go to another one. I'm like, well, dude, I can take you to a place in like Koreatown, but it ain't the Comedy Store, brother. And so we go to this place called Third Wheel, which is in a real rough part of town. I mean, a real Newport part of town, if you know what I'm saying. VFW, very few whites. And his wife, Lexi, was with us. So it's Lexi in the back seat, Big Bill in the front seat, and me. We go to Third Wheel. Bill kills again. He does great. And then I went to take him to his hotel, and he's like, hey, can we stop off at 7-Eleven? No problem. Lexi stays in the car. Me and Big Bill go to the 7-Eleven on Cahuenga and I think Yucca. It's kind of a sketchy 7-Eleven, and I think the guy thought we were going to rob the place. Can you imagine Big Bill walking into a 7-Eleven at like 3 a.m? He's 7 feet, 350 pounds. I'm not exactly small, but and then Big Bill just bought candy. So yeah, I mean, it's a real thank you, No Gusto. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the algorithm and shit, I mean, it ain't easy, man. It's I mean, the algorithm, I mean, I hear different things from different people. I mean, it's an engaged chat room. I hear helps. I mean, I've heard the main boner that YouTube has to get you into the algorithm is actual just pure subscriptions. So yeah, it's so funny though, because I mean, Bill is huge, man. I mean, he is a legit 7 feet. And I'm like 6.5 feet or whatever. And he's 300 plus pounds and jacked. And this poor, guy from, Pakistan is looking at us going, and then Bill just lays out like Twizzlers and a Twix bar. Andy Herring, New York City, $5. Hit the subscribe button. Earl's a real one in a sea of phonies. Keep up the great content. Peace. I mean, I am a real one, and it's probably not helped me. No, I'm not 6.5 feet. I mean, I'm 6 feet, a shade under 6'1". So I'm a shade over 6 feet. People think I'm bigger, but I'm not. Yeah, a producer would be nice, but I got to wait till I start making the money, honey. Like if I'm making a couple hundred a stream or whatever, then maybe I could get someone to like maybe have the little scroll at the bottom, follow Earl Skakel or whatever. Shawnee, $4.99. Totally off topic. I don't mind off topic here, baby. How did you get involved with the Piper podcast? Was he fun to work with? Thank you very much, Sean. And I think you're new to the stream, so when you super chat me, you get this. It's actually a fairly simple story how I got involved with Piper. Roddy used to come to the Comedy Store, and he would go up late night. He would always have every comic go up so he wouldn't bump them, which is rare. And Roddy, it wasn't like a great joke teller. He didn't do like well-crafted jokes. So he'd do a little bit of crowd work, and he'd just kind of maybe tell a wrestling story or whatever. And then you could see after about 5 to 7 minutes, he'd lose his steam. So then it was up to us in the back to help him. And I would be the only one who would fucking do this, but I'd raise my hand. Roddy, Earl Schmegler from the Stamford, Connecticut Times. Who had a bigger dick, Kamala or Abdullah the Butcher? And he would go into like either a Kamala or an Abdullah the Butcher story. Roddy, Johnny Hot Rocks from the Vince McMahon Gazette. Was Abdullah the Butcher really from the Sudan? And he'd go into an Abdullah the Butcher story. So I think it was one night, actually, Roddy was watching me do stand-up. And I don't think I knew he was in the room, and his manager was with him. And this is right after Sting got fucked over by Triple H in his WrestleMania debut. And I was kind of pissed, And so I go into the whole story about what should have happened. And, I think after I got off stage, Roddy's manager was like, hey, do you want to co-host Roddy's podcast? Or no, I think initially he said, hey, do you want to come on Roddy's podcast and talk about how mad you are about Sting? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I'll never forget the first episode I did. It was Roddy says, I'll see you tomorrow at 9. Now, I just assume wrestlers and comics are on the same sleep schedule. I just assumed he meant 9 p.m. Beverly Hills, podcast 1. And so, I don't know, it's about 9:30, and I get Roddy's managers frantically calling me, where are you? I'm like, I'm in bed. Roddy said he'd see me tomorrow at 9. I thought he meant 9 p.m. He's like, no, 9 a.m., you idiot. So I run down there, and there's 6 Red Bulls on the table. And I thought, oh, man, this is cool. Roddy bought me a few Red Bulls. So I crack open one, and Roddy looks at me and goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, drinking a Red Bull. He's like, yeah, but those are mine. I'm like, you're going to drink all 6? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, can I owe you one? And then we had a really fun episode. And then afterwards, it went so well. We just had an instant chemistry. I'll show you guys this. I have to keep this over there because Lois climbs up on my computer desk. And so this is the bottle Roddy gave me. Earl, you are the best. Roddy Piper. So I'm a big fan of Roddy's. And then we just started doing so the manager came up to me after that episode and said, hey, do you want to co-host? Because we need someone to bring Roddy back when he kind of goes off track. And it was awesome. I think, I don't know, I did maybe 10 episodes, something like that. It wasn't that many, actually. And might have been a little more, around 10, no more than 15. And, it was fun. I mean, I got to now most of the interviews were over the phone. Of course, the classic one is Jim Cornette. And here's how great Roddy was. When we would do these interviews, I knew that none of these wrestler guys knew who I was. And I think it was called Piper's Pitcast, Pit Pod or something. I don't know if you can find them, to be honest with you. Yeah, fuck Stone Cold. And so Roddy would always talk about me in the interview. He's like, hey, like Jim Cornette. Hey, Jim, this is my co-host, Earl Skakel. He's a comedian. And Jim Cornette so fast went, Earl, I've heard your act. You got a better chance of being a Canadian. Hello. Hello. And then probably the funniest one to me was when we were interviewing Greg Valentine. And I was kind of tired that morning, so I wasn't really listening. Hey, let's get to 52 likes. 52 likes, guys. And so Roddy had lost his place with Greg. They were talking about some dog collar match or something. And Rowdy's manager is pounding on the studio window. Like, and Roddy, I could tell, had lost his place. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, hey, Mr. Valentine, it's Earl Skakel here. What did you think of the Billy and Chuck gay wedding angle? It's just the only thing that came to my head. And let's just say we couldn't air Mr. Valentine's answer. I'll let you read into that what you will. Yeah, I mean, that was a real coconut too, by the way. And then The Godfather was cool. And then one night, probably a cool night, if you look up Earl Skakel, Roddy Piper, Comedy Store. I wish I could find a way to share this. Can I share a video on here? No, I don't want to. Let me see. Share screen. What happens if I hit share screen? All right, I'm going to try this. What does share screen do? I don't want to. You see my screen. All right, well, I don't want to do this because the stream might end if I don't know what I'm doing. But if you look at Earl Skakel, Roddy Piper, there's a clip of me imitating Ric Flair, and in the crowd is Roddy Piper and Sergeant Slaughter. And it was awesome. Or maybe, let me see. I'm going to fuck it. If this ends the stream, then thank you guys for coming in. If not, we'll see what happens. Okay. Hold on here. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go.
A local hero out of Georgia, he's a big deal, but he's not the champ. You understand that? Mr. Walker, for all you black folks out there, he's a real big dude, but he's not the champ. Ric Flair's the champ. Understand? Me and Lex Luger, you, Ted Turner, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, Ricky Morton, Steve Williams, all of you, take a look at it. Learn on it. Because it's a role model for you. I'm the champ. That's the bottom line. In this sport of sports, I'm the champ. Custom made, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, and Luger, wherever this match takes place, God only knows you've got to beat the champ.
Sergeant Slaughter and Roddy Piper. I'm just a jobber. I'm the Brooklyn Brawler.
You're our favorite jobber.
He
won jump, Earl. Encore!
I can't do this, too much pressure. What do you think this is? TNA? We just do things by the second? See, that's for you guys.
That's all I can take. No more questions. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, it's one of the best nights ever.
When did the Earl start doing that?
A couple months ago. Yeah, wow.
Oh my God.
Dude, but the crazy thing is,
Best
I burned it for him,
day
and he
ever.
knew it before.
Yeah.
It was crazy. He was doing it. I'm like, he's just doing it. It's like one of the best interviews ever.
I don't know about you. I don't know. Close the fucking place down. It's old. There's ghosts, abortions. What the fuck is this shit?
Would you please wipe the smile off my face?
We had a great time.
Did I have a good time?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's better than fucking midgets, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not better than fucking moolah, but midgets.
Much better than us entertaining you. You entertained us.
Absolutely. No, yeah. Great time.
Excellent.
Hey,
thanks for a good time, guys.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
And now to the man of the hour. Can someone get him a vodka with Metamucil?
Wait, this ain't the clip.
Great in-ring wrestler, great on the mic, a womanizer, 16-time champion, but enough about Kurt Hennig. Ric Flair has been paid millions and millions and millions of dollars by Vince McMahon, and he didn't have to fuck him.
Hold on here. Now they've got this down. Hold on here. Here's all right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Los Angeles, you may have seen him on Showtime's I'm Dying Up Here. Put your hands together. Here he is. Please welcome Earl Skakel.
It really is.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here at the first annual White People Awards. What a dais. It's like the who's who of who isn't. This room is so white, I thought I was at a meeting. We get one more black person on this dais, the Kardashians are going to storm this room. Hey, thanks for dressing up. I know you made a few million playing. You look like Tom Hanks at the end of Philadelphia.
Killing it.
Yeah, you don't have Tony Twist to save your ass tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was really nervous tonight, and I was watching, and it turns out it was actually a George LaRock highlight reel. I don't know where George LaRock is, but I just want to say it's an honor to meet Venus Williams tonight. This dais is so bad that Rick Tocchet wants to coach it. George LaRock's head is so big, the one on his shoulders, that if George was riding shotgun with Kennedy that day, he's... George, you're so black you make PK Subban look like an albino.
Play a clip.
This roast has the potential of the Fire Festival.
They all can't be hungry.
Just want to say thank you to Rick Bronson for having us all here, because Rick Bronson
you get the deal.
is here, unfortunately. Rick is so cheap that he actually wanted The Rock, but ended up with La Rock.
True. Very true.
Coop is here tonight. It's awesome to meet him. Where is he? He's just on the dais because we needed a different shade. Oh, come on, that's not the worst joke you've heard tonight. Coop, you look like the governor of Virginia impersonating Michael Jackson. By the way, I don't know if there's any law enforcement in the room, but if you have a drug-sniffing dog and you want it to die, put it by Jimmy Schubert right now. Jimmy's album, Zero Tolerance, is so bad that when I downloaded it, 2 minutes later, I uploaded it right back to him.
Still got the $9.99, bro.
Way to tag it. Did you write on season 3 of Undateable? You've killed more drug-sniffing dogs than Michael Vick. It's a roast, you morons! I'll take this jersey off right now. I'll have you know that this is a George LaRock game-worn jersey. George won this in a raffle. George wore this jersey for 2 years. 2 years. There's not a fucking mark on it. I don't know what gets less action, this jersey in the corners or Liberace at the Playboy Mansion. This is either...
All right, you guys get the picture. Now, how did I get out of this fucking thing? All right, there we go. So I figured out clips. Yeah, I mean, that was probably the best performance of my comedy career. And I think they were supposed to start doing like one a year, but only with like Arizona celebrities, you know, like Larry Fitzgerald and whatnot. But that was the last one they did. Now, the cool thing about that was... no, I don't snipe. I don't snipe. I don't do that snipe stuff. Now, what I could do is, and I'll see if Chad's cool with this, because, you know, I care about what people think. I'll ask Chad if I can go over his roast of Kevin Brennan, because I'm of the belief it wasn't that bad. But, you know, we'll end on my stream. I don't want to snipe people. Just not my thing. It's just really not. Let's see if I could find just one other thing. Oh, excuse me. Let me see here. Hold on. Hold on here. All right. Well, I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. Wait. Let's share the screen here. Let me see. I'm trying to find my Hulk Hogan sex tape joke. I can't find it, guys. So sorry, my bad. So we're gonna end the stream now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to Tom Brennan, Perry Caravello. I'm trying to find my Hulk Hogan sex tape joke. Hold on here. Let me look one more time. No, we don't. Let me see here, boys. All right, I can't find anything. So we'll just wrap it up. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for the hit the like and subscribe button if you can. It helps me out. I don't like to do. I mean, I don't know how Perry and Tom and Bob did. I think it's like a 6-hour stream tonight. That was no, I don't want to. I don't know how to raid. I did that. Do your plugs, LO. I got something you could plug. No, I'm just kidding. Hello. Here's my plugs. It's really easy. If you want to follow me on Instagram or whatever, it's just at Earl Skakel. I'm on all social media. It's probably the smartest thing I've ever done. Was yes. Next time we'll do a upstairs tour. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I know 30 more people just got in here. I mean, I kind of want to keep going, but I also don't want to. Part of the thing I don't like about these longer streams is that they're just going just to hopefully someone gives them more money, and I don't really do that. So, I thank you, Jim PCL. I mean, listen, I'm not for everyone. I'm sure there's people in the PCL world that don't dig me, and that's fine too. I learned a long time ago that not everyone is going to. You're never going to get 100% approval from the comedy world. So, yes, the infamous upstairs. It is pretty nice up there. But yeah, leave us wanting more TB. That's a fact. I figure. I tell you what, we'll go to an hour and 45. So when my stream has 1 hour and 45 minutes, I'm hitting the end. I'm going to put the mouse thing over the end stream. I'll give you guys another 8 minutes. So open forum, we can talk Dabbleverse or whatever. But thank you guys. I'm just a small, humble streamer. And 100% always want them more. Always have them wanting more. And I see BYB. They do 3 to 4 hour streams. The Win by Two, John, he does 6-7 hour streams. Kevin does 3 to 4 hour streams. I just can't, man. But I'm also not clipping shows, and I clipped myself just now, but I won't even do that much, to be honest with you. And I'll probably only do IMAX streams, maybe on Wednesdays or Mondays, just because I don't think I'll have this many people in here without the PCL bump. So, but I tell you what I do love about the IMAX streams is virtually no trolls. Something about and I guess they're called, when you do a stream vertical on your phone, you get what's called, I guess, scroll trolls. And they're just random people who go into anyone's stream and, I don't know, say weird shit. And thank you, Rudy Baga, for all the love and support. So 100%. I mean, listen, I'm nothing without the people in the chat. 100%. That's a fact, Jack, Daryl. I mean, listen, if there was no one in here, how long would this stream go? For about 5 minutes. So, I really try and make my stream about you guys. I'm just the conductor, or as William Zoom would say, I'm just the bartender, and you guys are the patrons. So thank you guys for all the super chats. I like to thank them now that I do this on the iMac. I guess I don't know how to do that. But thank you guys who threw me a couple bananas. you guys are Comedy Soldier fans, and I see we got about another 40 people came in here. So, I think the algorithm gets pushed when there's a lot of people in here. So 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. The end stream button is ready to be hit. Yeah, I mean, and I know that I've got to pick a time. I think that's one of the great things Kevin Brennan has done. As you know, when it's 1 p.m. or 4 p.m. for the East Coasters, it's MLC time. So, but I also like, I'm a night owl, so I don't mind doing a night owl stream. But, probably tomorrow night at some point. My nighttime streams seem to do better. I do sometimes when I get up super early. Now I don't have my dog with me, but when I do have my dog, she wakes me up in the morning to go out. So I'll do a stream in the morning, and to be honest with you, won't do that well. Maybe 20 people. And so I stream whenever I feel like it. But I also know it would be better. Hey, it's 9 p.m. on the West Coast time. It's time for Earl, or 8 p.m., whatever. So I'm really trying to get a little better at scheduling streams. I'll do the drive streams from time to time. I'll stream from the Comedy Store from time to time. Like, I'll take you guys backstage, give you a look into a world that most people don't get to see. Yes, Lois is the fucking best. Lois is my dog. For you PCL people who aren't familiar with me, and I don't take that personally, I have a 15-year-old terrier that I split with an ex-girlfriend, and she has a partially collapsed trachea. So there will be a future stream when you hear this horrendous cough, but it's just my dog. Lois is actually a 5-pack-a-day smoker. So I'm going to end the stream. I'll tell you what, we'll give you a little comedy, because I'm sure a lot of you PCL people are like, you're a comic? Let's hear some fucking jokes. So let's do this. Give you a few minutes of stand-up comedy in the house. Now I have, about 50 on YouTube. So here's a little bit of Earl Skakel stand-up comedy for you. And then we will end the stream.
Guys, I love this guy so much. He's a legend here at the Comedy Store. Put your hands together right now for Earl Skakel.
I'm just waiting for the people to leave. Great energy in this room right now. Always makes the comic feel good when they get called to the stage and literally just 20 people got up and left. Like, they didn't even give me a shot. It also makes the comic feel really good when they crank up the air conditioning. Was there a dog killed in here or something? I feel like the warm-up act at the Holocaust right now.
Hello.
Guys, I'm Jewish. I can do that joke. It's fine.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
I think I'd like to start filming my Netflix special right now. I mean, this fucking crowd's hot. Can you imagine turning on some guy's Netflix special and it's just an hour of them bombing? Got one fucking laugh, he's in leather pants and a white jacket, just not giving a fuck. Because all specials look alike.
Can I ask who your favorite comic is? There's no wrong answer. Chappelle, I just had to follow him here last week, and I felt like the Chinese guy going on after the black guy in a gangbang. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I was in the movie, just wish I went on before him. Dave Chappelle plays arenas. Playing a comedy club is insulting to him. He's so big. Who's your favorite comic? Chris D'Elia. That's a tough one. He did play arenas. Dimitri Martin. Lovely gentleman. Plays packed clubs. One more, sir. All right, let's not turn this into a chat room. I'm looking at him and someone over there goes, Leslie Jones. George Carlin, if he was alive, he would play arenas. He was a beast for an old white dude. But all those specials look alike. You could put in one, you could put Chappelle and Sebastian's, you could put Sebastian's and Chris D'Elia. That's why I want to do one where the crowd gets up as soon as I walk out on stage. Air conditioning unit kicks in 1 minute later. And when you're watching that on Netflix, you're like, holy fuck, I think I was at this show. How did he upload that so fast? I knew this would be a weird set. I had a feeling because when I got here, some guy leaps over the barricade and he's like, you're Earl Skakel, right? I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, you're my favorite comic. And then he left. So right now, my #1 fan is at the Walgreens on Pico and Robertson.
Go! Jordan the Lion. Follow Jordan the Lion.
I bought this at the Hollywood Bowl farewell concert 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, you guys are probably sensing some sarcasm when I say I bought this at their farewell concert.
What up, Mike?
Because I also went to their farewell concert in 1995. Kiss has been at it a long time. I think they played The Last Supper. Hey, speaking of The Last Supper, what do you think the waiter got tipped at that? 12 Jews around the table? Probably not much. Does anyone have a gun in here? All right, I'm glad you have a gun, but I'm Jewish. Don't point at me like that. I was a Dodger fan until they signed that guy, Kike Hernandez. I didn't like that. All right, I'll do the jokes. You just stare at the Christmas tree. I'm a baseball guy. I'm an Angel guy. It's like, I know, you know, but I also like to play the video game, MLB 23. And they've got some really cool, I love video games nowadays. Like, they're so realistic. Like, I just played Madden 24, and it's so realistic that the first game with the Raiders, it was a road game. They were horned up. Hockey's very realistic. NHL 24, so realistic game with the Kings and the Ducks. There were 7 people in the stands. But the most realistic game is the baseball game. All right, settle down. This isn't a Yahoo chat room. I was in a Rob Schneider movie in 2003. I know what I'm doing up here. You're probably looking at me going, Rob Schneider movie, early 2000s. I don't really recognize this guy. I was in the movie Benchwarmers. It's about the applause that movie should get.
Always, Craig.
The fucking
Always.
movie was so bad it went straight to Laserdisc. Oh no, Mommy, you didn't watch the fucking film. Name me who else was in it, other than me and Schneider. John Heater, you guys are out of control. You actually know Napoleon. All right, enough of Napoleon Dynamite. I was porta potty guy in Benchwarmers. Fuck you guys. That's how bad that movie was. In the LA Times, I was blamed for it. They were like, how good could a movie be with a character like porta potty guy? Well, joke's on them. See you later, dude. Thanks for coming. Obviously not a baseball fan. By the way, tip your waitresses. They're working hard. Or not. Jesus Christ. What are you guys? The Israeli travel team? You know, I'm going to do a joke right now that might lose the room. But you know what? You can't really lose a room you never had in the first place. I'm going to need a little audience participation from you guys. So when I give you the hand signal, just act like I said something funny. Hey, we all remember Michael. I mean, it's one thing to be a pedophile, but a fag too?
Good night, you guys. Over and out.